You're very welcome to O'Donnell Park for the first time today for this minor final, of course. tSuili taking on Four Masters, and both sides are just out getting their pre-match warm-ups underway. We're just about 5 minutes out from the throw-in there, and well, just looking at both sides coming into this particular final. Four Masters are amazingly chasing their fourth title in a row, and well, what a feat that will be. Of course, coming into this particular game, they defeated Niamh Conaill 2-11 to 2-13, and it took that man Finn Gillespie to hit a late goal against Niamh Conaill to put Four Masters back into the minor final here today. tSuili, of course, into the minor final as well after their victory over Gweedore, a 1-point victory, it has to be said. Huge performance by Big Shane Tenney, kicking 10 points, and well, going to really cause a serious threat for Brendan Watts' side this afternoon. Both teams are just in their pre-match huddle. Brendan Kilcoyne alongside me in co-commentary today. It's a wet O'Donnell Park, Brendan, but both sides coming into this, particularly when you look at Four Masters, with a number of individuals that we've believed that has been around a lot longer, and then you look at the team sheet and you see that they're still playing minor football, and it just shows you the development of these young lads up in the Killimestry. Big game here today. Suppose you're looking at it from the point of view who is going to come out of this particular encounter. Looking at the minute, it looks like it's Four Masters, but we know what the men from Ghleann are about.
Yeah, listen, you would expect Four Masters to be going in as strong favourites. They've won, as you mentioned, they've won 4 county minor titles in a row, but they've also won 2 Ulster minor titles on top of that, so their quality is undoubted, so it isn't across the field. And you look at the type of players. Lewis McGaughan played in the county semi-final this year. Turlock Carr, we saw the amount of possessions he had that day against Niamh Conaill, and then you've Conor McCall, who seems to be a player that's around and playing minor forever. So he does, quality player. They'll be looking to them players, which also have the likes of Thomas Carr, Aidan Quinn, a bit of experience there, Ethan McRae. So a lot of real quality around this Four Masters team, and they've been, to the forefront of all underage football, so they have over the last number of years. But they're coming up against a tSuili team who have known for their battling qualities, and anytime you come up a team from the Ghleann, you know that you're going to get huge battling qualities. You mentioned Shane Tenney kicking over 10 points in the semi-final, but that inside forward line too looks very exciting. So does young Jonah Cannon at under 15 this year, Matthew Enright and Killian Boner, and they'll be looking to them to get their scores. By the same token, you look at the Four Masters inside forward line of Conor McCahill and Thomas Lennon in particular, and Gethin Mosby. They'll be looking to get their majority of the scores. So exciting game and prospect, looking forward to it, Pádraig, and a huge prize on offer, a massive achievement to win a minor title, so it is, and these guys will be looking to add one today.
Yeah, and well, we're just getting ourselves ready from the McCool's Club. Andrea Long is just about to sing Aaron the Vein here in O'Donnell Park. Beautifully sang by Andrea Long here today. Of course, if you've just joined us here on Stream Sport, it is tSuili taking on the Killimestry, the Four Masters men looking to do 4 in a row at minor level. We've seen what they've been doing down through the years, as Brendan Kilcoyne indicated too. They've got 2 Ulster minor titles as well to their name, which just shows the pedigree and the development of players from the Four Masters side. But when you look at tSuili, you look at a number of key individuals they have, of course, throughout their particular team. But there's Brendan Watts, the banished Yore, but when you look at the coaches in the backroom team, you've got Gary McFadden, you've got Ryan Dever, Eddie Crawford, Mick Scott, Noel Scott, but there's a gentleman called Michael Murphy there as well. So it just shows you the calibre of coaches within Ghleann as well. And look, Ghleann don't come into finals just to make up numbers.
Never have, Pádraig. That's I outlined it in the earlier piece there, that they have such battling qualities. No matter what team comes out of the Glen, from under 12 through the senior, that that you're going to get battling qualities for them, and I expect that from them today. And I note now that they're the guy named number 9 for them, Paddy Ward, has gone into the edge of the square to play full forward. I believe that is something that they tried in the semi-final too, so it is. So
Route 1 by the looks of it, that's what's it's indicating there. The referee Anthony McCallig just about to get things underway here in a wet O'Donnell Park. Just looking at the Ghleann side and goals of Conor McGrenra. At 2 is Dara Cullen. At 3 is Jamie McFadden. Noah Cashburn. At 4. At 5 it's Paul Mullen. And just looking at the centre half back, number 6 Liam McGinley as well. At 7 Matthew McGinley, and Pádraig Devine on the ball currently. Thought about the shot, first pass the ball back outside to Paddy Ward. Ward wearing number 9, back it goes to Shane Tinney, getting his first passage of possession. At number 10 for Ghleann, it's Mark Collum, and as we indicated, Shane Tinney playing centre half forward, wearing number 11. At 12 is Jack Duddy, 13 is Jonah Cannon, and Matthew Enright, and Killian Boner is top of the right for the men from Ghleann. The Kelly the 4 Masters men in goals is Lewis McCaughon, of course, playing senior for his senior side as well as the minor and under 21. Ethan McCrae at number 2, Aidan Quinn at number 3, Jack McGroarty at number 4, Cian Gavigan also played senior this year as well at number 5, Owen O'Neill at 6, Patrick McGonigal at 7, Thomas Carr at 8, Conal Flannery at 9, Callum Maskery at 10, Turlock Carr at number 11. At 12 it's Alan McHugh, Conor McCahill at number 13, Geithan Mosby at 14, and Thomas Lehan at number 15. It's the men from just out the road here in Ghleann who've had the ball for the first opening minute. Here comes the first shot from Big Shane Tinney. He's outside, well I thought he's just inside the arc. He's kicked a big score and an important score. First opening score after 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. It's Shane Tinney, Brendan. Yeah,
brilliant score from Shane Tinney. Great period of retained possession from Ghleann, moving the ball through the hands, dragging the 4 Masters defence all over the place, and eventually they got their sharpshooter Shane Tinney on it, and he did a dutiful kick, a brilliant score to open up their account.
The ball goes up and it breaks down to Alan McHugh. Now inside it goes to Turlock Carr. Big talk of Turla throughout the county. Be interesting to see what he will do here today, but it goes back inside to Owen O'Neill out to the left hand side. It's 4 Masters who have possession here currently, and no real indication of a breeze here today. It's kind of a funny one, Brendan. Normally there is a bit of a breeze in O'Donnell Park. Normally Aidan, the team that's kicking into the town end here, but it's going to be a free for 4 Masters. Takes the solo and go very quickly as Thomas Carr trying to get possession back up. He just dropped it for a moment, but good bit of work and gutsy defending there from the Ghleann men, and that man Jamie McFadden trying to get down. Ghleann have done really well on that occasion, Brendan.
Brilliant defending. They knew the spot of the danger quick. Thomas Carr coming through, got bodies around them, and eventually won the turnover, but they're struggling to get it away, and 4 Masters have won it back through Turlock Carr,
out to the left hand side it goes. Cian Gavigan, a fine footballer. Young Cian has played a number of senior championship matches this year as well, and not only minor, as we've indicated. 4 Masters have a number of names you would already heard of, but still playing minor football, it has to be said. Patrick McGonigal way out in the far right hand side, waits in the run from Conor McCahill. The danger man here for 4 Masters. Thought about the shot, soared the dummy, but Ghleann are back there hunting in pairs and made him push that ball back out. That's good defence from Ghleann.
Yeah, twice. That's a couple of times now that the danger men, the likes of Thomas Carr, Conor McCahill, getting into scoring positions, but because there were so many Ghleann defenders around, unable to get the shot off, and they've had to recycle the ball and start again.
Yeah, just looking at there's a Ghleann player just trying to see who it is. I think it's Liam McGinley who's been tagged with that job of marking Conor McCahill. It is, and he's fairly touch tight on him. And Ghleann have picked out McCahill as a dangerous threat from a 4 Masters point of view. But here comes that man Turlock Carr, showed his strength, still has possession just outside the arc. He's still going good, passes the play, and he's won himself his free. showing his power, his tenacity. Right on his shoulder was Jonah Cannon, I think it was, wearing number 13. Got back there, got the challenge, and it's going to be a free. But Turlough once again showing why there's big talk about him in the county.
Yeah, so it showed great ingenuity there, took on the man that was marking him and got by him, took a step across him to make it difficult to get a tackle in him, eventually drew the foul that his brother, or that Turlough was going to put wide himself. That's a poor kick, poor contact.
Yeah, that's his first wide of the game, suppose, and well, it just shows. Just 4 minutes into the game, you're trying to judge the breeze and some other little things, but as we've seen for Masters down through the senior championship and maybe into different championships, sometimes the scoring selection has let them down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. But like on that occasion, it was in a free that you'd expect Turlough to put over rather easily, kind of thing, at his leisure, but just didn't make good contact at it. But it's early in the game, first touch, first proper chance to get his boot swing at it. But they're in a good position again here now.
Here comes Mosby back. The ball goes back inside, and well, it's a little bit sloppy. It's gCeithre who are around there in numbers, and you can just see they get real confidence out of every turnover. That's a big turnover there, Brendan.
That's tigerish defending on a number of occasions from the gCeithre men. They really look like they're up for this game today, putting in tackles all over the field, getting contact on the man in possession, forcing him to make decisions that he doesn't want to make on the ball, and eventually winning the turnover. Did really, really well. Yeah,
someone had a conversation with Anthony McCallig. The ball was brought forward, and Shane Tenney took that particular free. Now it is, of course, Cillian Boner, the ball down inside. Opportunity here for gCeithre once again. They've scored their first point in the first 1 minute and 20 seconds of this encounter, and for Masters have pushed them back out once again. But gCeithre go left to right, and Matthew McGinley has it way down in the far left hand side, just below us here in the stand, crossing the halfway line, gets it up in the second attempt. Jack Duddy hand passes the ball out now for Mark McCollum soaring with the right boot, looks up, sees there any movement inside, and for Masters is shut down that opportunity to put the ball in long. Now it's out to the far right hand side, and the opportunity here is for Cillian Boner. He's seen a bit of the ball in the first opening 4 minutes, and well, he just there was a bit of a challenge that went in when he was trying to kick the ball back to a gCeithre jersey, but it didn't just materialise for him, Brendan.
No, it didn't, and now you can see gCeithre trying to put a full press on the field, and that danger of that is getting caught back further, but they're getting men back on the far side of the field, so they are Porrick.
Yeah, it's exciting to look inside to see the movement of four Masters. They never stop moving, and here's a man on the ball now who has run left to right a number of times looking for possession. Is Thomas Ghleann. He still has it just outside the edge of the 21-yard line, or 13-yard line. That'd be a great score. And an instant response in 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes on the clock, and a good score by Ghleann. As I was saying, I was just watching him, the movement he was making off the ball, Brendan.
Yeah, fantastic, and came from a quick turnover from their own defence, moving the ball quickly up the field, kick pass in, he was out in front of his man, had the ability to take him on and beat him, and did really well to get the shot away despite intense pressure coming from the gCeithre defender, but did really, really well to get the score off and to get Four Masters' first score of the game.
Yeah, another man did really well was Porrick Devine there, just fetched that one out of the clouds, and won him side out free. Now gCeithre are up and running once again. They have it through Cillian Boner way in the far right hand flank. I've seen a lot of the ball in the first opening 6 minutes or so, taking on Ethan McRae, hand pass the ball inside. There's an opportunity here for goal shot. Oh, hit that crossbar. It was a thunderstruck by Jonah Cannon. Yeah, and a foot below the net, or the crossbar. That was definitely a goal. Would have been a great start for gCeithre with 8 minutes nearly on the clock. Yeah,
and again, you mentioned him, Cillian Boner, getting on the ball over the far side, taking his man on, and eventually slipping the ball into Jonah Cannon. Jonah Cannon had one thing in his mind, Porrick, goal, rattled it, just came thundering back off the crossbar, unlucky from their respect, but now Shane Tinney is going to stand over free, and the accuracy this guy has, you would expect him to put this one over the bar too, even though it is kind of wee bit out to the right of the post, Porrick.
Yeah, no real breeze as we were indicating as well, but an opportunity for Shane Tinney. He's 10 points in the semi-final. He's kicked one already in this minor final. Live on Stream Sport. Here comes Tinney with the left boot. It's been accurate so far, and you can continue that accuracy. He's a fine young footballer, Shane Tinney. He's kicked that one high and over the bar. It's 2 points to 1, Brendan, with just over 8.5 minutes gone in this minor final.
Yeah, Shane, classy kicker of the ball, lovely style about him, just makes it look so comfortable, so he does, and you expect any time he gets the ball that there's something going to come off it. Big long kick out in the middle of the field now, and a scrap for possession, but again it's gCeithre who are showing more endeavour to come away with that ball, Porrick.
Absolutely, and gCeithre have possession down that far right hand flank. They're getting a lot of change here currently. Jonah Cannon, the man who hit the crossbar, gives it back to Shane Tenney. Thought about the shot, but hand passed the ball inside, and gives the opportunity now for the full forward, which is Matthew Enright, to get onto that right, but it's just going to go out to the right. He did everything right, it has to be said, Matthew Enright, but just a little bit of accuracy there. Showed really well. Shane Tenney thought about the kick pass, but used the hand pass inside, Brendan, and sometimes when you're getting a hand pass, and you know the accuracy is a little bit more easier to deal with on a day like that. If you're going to try and kick pass it.
Yeah, and again, you have to take into account underfoot conditions are going to be slippy out there, Porrick, so they are. So it's going to be different when you're getting your shot away. You have 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot making a strike on the ball, so it is going to be that bit more difficult. Brilliant
interception there by, I think it was Paddy Ward, got his fist to it, and just caught the Four Masters player off guard. Well, a long ball over the top now by Tenney, gives it inside 1-2 here. Jack Duddy, and it was that man Enright once again trying to get onto the right foot and looking at Anthony McCallick for a free, but anyway it falls back to Tenney. Tenney thought about the shot, hand passes to the left hand side, and now it's gCeithre who are happy to hold possession once again with Enright. Just recycles the ball through the middle, gives it to Mark McCollum. McCollum now just crossing the 45. Here comes the run now from the big midfielder. It was Porrick Devine who made the overlap there. The shot coming from way out the far right hand side. Is that a good score? It's gone out to the right and wide, and it was Ghleann Boner who kicked that, Brendan. He'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, and again I think conditions could be attributed to that, Porrick, but again they worked the shooting opportunity really well, playing the ball, moving the ball quickly through the hands until they eventually created the opportunity for Ghleann Boner on the far wing, and he got the shot off, but it just tailed high and wide from him.
Just looking at the stats of the kickouts, Lewis McCahan gets some drive behind the ball, but it's gCeithre who's dominating that middle area at the minute, Brendan.
They certainly are, yeah, and they've a big strong physical team, big strong players in midfield, so they have Porrick Devine, Paddy Ward. Paddy Ward is sitting in the inside the square, but they've big men around there, so they have this column lad on the wing half forward, Shane Tenney, Porrick Devine, big strong men, and Four Masters are struggling to get their hands on the ball at the moment.
Great block down there. It was the centre half back Owen O'Neill got his hand through his body on the ball there, and good work by Four Masters. They have possession now deep in their own half. gCeithre are chasing after them to try and get it back, but Turlocar is back there looking for someone to make a move to the left and right, and it goes to the right now to Jack McGordy. McGordy first passed the ball back inside. The man who committed that block was Owen O'Neill, and if you're out training kids or anything like that, if you get a copy of that block, you'll show it to them, Brendan, because that was very well done.
It was indeed, yeah, great skill, and a skill we don't probably see enough in this in the game nowadays, so it is, but it's an absolutely brilliant skill, and it can give the whole team a lift when they see it happening, when you see your teammate making a block like that.
Patrick McGonigal, long ball over the top, but out comes the gCeithre man with it. It's that man, Dara Cullen, and Brendan Walsh, the gCeithre banished Jor, isn't happy with that, and the ball picked off the ground by Conor McCahill. He's got 2 or 3 gCeithre men around him. Great interception, fantastic bit of defending by Dara Cullen, and he's up for the challenge today, and so is gCeithre. Fantastic bit of defending by gCeithre once again, has to be said. Here comes gCeithre once again with Liam McGinley. Just went into the chest there of the Four Masters player. I think it was Thomas Lahan. But anyway, staying with play, it's gCeithre who have it to Porrick Devine. Devine went through one tackle, trying to get past the second tackle. He just does that. Now in front of him was Paul Mullen. Long ball over the top now. Opportunity for the left half back to swing the right foot. It does. He swings that right foot. That will be a great score by Matthew McGinley. Or is it going to be a free out? Is it? I think it might be. Is it a free out? Yeah.
Oh, was he pulled for over carrying? Maybe was it? Perhaps. Remember, he went to take the shot and maybe didn't get the foot at it, and must have been because he did really well, so he did to get the ball over there. He was under a lot of pressure, but referee adjudged that he overcarried. That's a great catch from Conor McCahill. McCahill's
starting to really come into this game. Crossfield ball now to that man. It's the number 12, Alan McHugh. Now hand pass the ball inside for Leanne. He's kicked the point already. Lovely passes to play. Opportunity of a goal here. Oh, what a goal! Goal by Thomas Leanne. And he did absolutely everything right, Brendan. Got possession, one thing on his mind, took on the gCeithre defender and just slipped it past big Conor McGrinna down to the far right hand side, and a goal. Big score.
Huge score, and it all came from Conor McCahill winning the ball between the 45 and the 65, playing the ball across the far side to, I think it was Alan McHugh. He played into Thomas Lennon, and he'd only one thing in his mind, took his man on, drove in hard and put it low and hard into the net. Brilliant score for Four Masters, and that's the danger they have.
Have an opportunity once again. It's gCeithre Mosley. He thought about getting in the act and just gone out to the left and wide, and he'll be disappointed with that, because that definitely was a goal scoring opportunity. Just shows you, we just mentioned that man Conor McCall, he just started to get into play, Brendan, and as you indicated, spotted that pass, but there was a lot for Thomas Ghleann to do when he got possession to create that opportunity.
Yeah, huge. And Thomas Ghleann did absolutely fantastic there. So he did, he said, as you mentioned, he had a huge amount of work to do after he got the ball, but it shows the confidence and the poise of the young player to be able to do that, Porrick, and to take his man off, have the bravery to go for the goal and just stick it into the bottom corner.
Yeah, Matthew McGinley getting on possession once again. Now it's that man Paul Mullen has it, looks for the run. Jack Duddy comes, another block down there, and
Alan McHugh,
and before that incident, of course, an opportunity for Matthew McGinley. He kicked the ball over the bar, but the referee, Anthony McKellig, spotted that there was a foul or infringement or over carry and brought that ball forward, and that resulted in that particular goal. So you need to be careful with possession today as well, because opportunities, you need to take your opportunities, but maybe when you do have possession, maybe quicker, a long ball over the top, fist comes up, it goes out to the left and wide, and is that a
no, it has gone wide, so it was a good ball in, so it was, and Paddy Ward, the big number 9 in their edge of the square, tried to get something on him. Aidan Quinn was marking him, just couldn't make significant contact to divert it towards the goals, and eventually it went harmlessly wide. So there's another brilliant kick from Lewis McGahan out, and it's Turlock Carr.
Turlock Carr gives the ball inside now to the run. Maskery has it just outside the edge of the D, does really well. Does Turlock Carr, thought about the shot, sold the dummy, but Gleanswilly are back there in numbers, fighting to get possession back. And there's one thing about this Gleanswilly defence so far, they've been rock solid, Brendan, apart from one or two. They've been really good.
They've been very tenacious in the tackle, so they're making it really difficult for the Four Masters front players to get shots off. On that occasion, you saw Turlock Carr make great ground through the middle, but suddenly if our Gleanswilly defenders coming in, putting him under pressure, and he's not able to get the shot away, and they eventually get the turnover. Brilliant defending from Gleanswilly. Great
ball, and over the top they found their man Paddy Ward. They've moved him from midfield into that full forward line. They've only got one or two opportunities to put the ball in long, and he got one on that occasion. They're happy enough to hold possession deep in their own half here of Four Masters, and Matthew McGinley just waiting and prizing at that Four Masters defence. Now big Shane Tinney has got past two Four Masters tackles, and it's just gone out to the right and wide, and he did everything right, but really ambitious going for the 2-pointer there, but maybe when you have that in the locker, you've got to go for it.
There's no doubt that he's capable of kicking them scores, so there isn't. But on a day like today, ball is heavier, underfoot conditions a bit slippy, not as easy as maybe it was all summer, to get them shots away. And, it does make a huge difference. But again, you have Four Masters counter-attacking really quick, getting up the field. Lewis McGahan's frees our kickouts are, they're a great platform to get Four Masters away, Porrick.
Now here comes Four Masters once again through Cian Gavigan, just going out to the right, but decided to come back inside once again. And it's Conor Flannery who has possession. He's got Shane Tinney for company. He just shows the slip there. There's heavy rain during this game, before the game I should say, but here comes Four Masters. They have it once again, a long ball over the top. Now a good catch by Gethan Mosby, and it's just going to fall to Conor McGregor. And now Gleanswilly building from the back. They have a number of they have to be careful there on that occasion. Crossfield ball, just your hand in your heart there on that one, Brendan.
Yeah, no, I think he knew. I think he had a bit of clearance, so he had to get it across, and it was on. So it was. Sorry, a lot of the time you don't like to see them coming, but I think on that occasion he was all right to do it. Gleanswilly defensively has started really well. Yes, Thomas Ghleann pierced through them for that goal, but they've been doing really solid, so they have defensively.
Yeah, and they have it once again through Porrick Devine. Devine has been on a lot of possession, has won himself a free long ball in over the top. That's good. Here comes Enright, going to swing that right foot. It's hanging in the air. It's good score by Enright.
Really good score from Matthew Enright. So it was, again, did win the ball out in front of his man, and his first instinct was to turn and put it over the bar. Simple football, but very effective, and brings it back to a 1-point game. Four Masters, 1 goal, 1 point. Gleanswilly 3 points.
Entertaining first opening 18 minutes, I should say. The ball goes out once again, but it's Gleanswilly who've got their hands on it, and they've got their hands on it from Jack Duddy. He's way down the far left hand flank here, just below us in the stand, but Gleanswilly have to be careful here. Paul Mullen and co, but now Enright, who scored that last last point for gCeithre is back out there. Out to the left it goes to Dunny once again, and he had to be very careful there. He had Owen O'Neill breathing down his neck. Now it goes out to the left. It is, of course, Mark Collum who has possession. Well, gCeithre we've been giving them good praise for their defensive play currently, but Four Masters have been really good as well. And there's been an infringement, Brendan, has there?
There has, oh yeah, 3 up. I think that's what it is anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Just slightly over the line. Conor McCall did well out in front of his man. He was tried over the shoulder kick that probably wasn't on. He was trying to hit his full forward, getting Mosby, but he was behind his man and beaten to the ball. So in any case, it was a gCeithre possession.
Yeah, well, it's gCeithre who've just got possession back to centre half back. It's Liam McGinley. Out to the right it goes. Now it's that man Noah Cashburn who has it, and well, he needs to be careful there. He's 3 Four Masters men chasing after him. He's done 1-2 good work by Cashburn there currently. Now it goes to Porrick Devine. Long ball over the top looking for Ward. He's out in front, and well, he's won it. Well, he hasn't won it in the second attempt, and that's good. Hardy defending there by the Aidan Quinn. Long ball over the top now for Lenihan. Has possession now, and a battle between himself and Jamie McFadden. Still has it. Here comes Lennon. He's scored a goal already. He's got a lot of ground up. Shot by, oh, what a goal! Another one by Thomas Lenihan. And he just did what he did in the first goal. Clean pair of heels to Jamie McFadden, and well, big score and another goal for Masters.
Wow, Thomas Lennon, when he gets on the ball, the whole place comes alive on that occasion. You know, it was brilliant from the full back, Aidan Quinn, so it was absolutely fantastic. Bet his man, the big fella, Paddy Ward, come out with the ball and then drove 60 yards with the ball. Eventually the wall found its way to Thomas Lennon, and he did the rest. Just took his man on, skinned him, and again buried it in the back of the net. But his intent as soon as he gets the ball is fantastic.
They have an opportunity here again, and it's over the bar. Could have been worse. And it was the right half back. It's Cian Gavigan, yeah. Good score, and look, 1-1 in the flash of an eye there. So goals are big scores, Brendan.
Massive scores, so they are, you know, and he's been so impressive, Thomas Lennon, in this open 20 minutes. But again, we saw there Cian Gavigan coming from deep, doing really well, and just putting it over the bar. And you know, it shows you the quality that these Four Masters lads have got. And you know, gCeithre for all their, you know, endeavour and effort around the middle of the field, conceding goals like that are very costly.
Yeah, it's Callum Maskery has possession, long ball over the top once again to Mosley. Has it. Looks at the post, kicks this one high. It's hanging over the bar, and a score, and his first score of this minor final.
Yeah, and he's been on the ball a fair bit, so he has, you know, again getting out in front of his man and putting it over the bar, and that's been a huge 3 minutes. So it has, you know, a goal and 2 points, Thomas Lenihan goal, Cian Gavigan point, Gethin Mosby point, and that sort of puts a big mark. Oh, there's a poor kick out.
Yeah,
Turlough, if he gives it to him, he's right in.
Turlough, there should be another opportunity for a goal here. It's in the back of the net.
Yeah, brilliant composure again from young Carr. Gethin Mosby did really well. It was a poor kick out initially from young McGrenra, so it was. Mosby picked it up, took a couple of solos. He spotted that Turlough had made an important run, waited for the right time to give him the ball, and what composure, and you know, from the young Turlough then just to place it into the bottom corner of the net. So that's 4 minutes. That's to go 2 goals and 2 points there after scoring. And there's another opportunity here now.
What a ball by Conor McCall. Now it's Lenihan once again has possession. Shot, another goal. That's his 3rd goal of the day.
But Porrick, what about the pass from Conor McCall out here? Gets the ball, spots that he's a few yards inside his man, picks him out, and this man Thomas Lennon, he just wants to go at them, and you know, every time he gets the ball, he's thinking goal. So from the 20th minute until what are we now? We're only at 23 minutes. They've scored 3 goals and 2 points. Absolutely huge period of the game for them, and you know, that's probably out of sight now, you would imagine.
Absolutely, and well, gCeithre have a lot to do. 4-3 to 3 points, and well, that man Thomas Lenihan. I think I was pronouncing his name wrong there. Maybe I had a couple of versions going at one stage, but
yeah, it's Lenihan, as in Brian Lenihan.
You're going to learn. You're going to learn about this young man. 3 goals in the first opening 23 minutes, and just looking at the time of those particular goals, we got the first one early on. You're looking at the 13th minute, then he got another goal on the 20th minute, and of course his last goal then, I suppose, was just 23 minutes ago. So it just shows you. But there's one thing about a player that can stick the ball in the back of the net, but the other side of it, you're looking at that man, of course. We've talked about him, Conor McCahill. The ball inside twice he's given, spotting the run from young Lenihan, to create those opportunities. You do have to take them, Brendan, but the ball on has to be good as well.
Absolutely, yeah, and there's great vision.
Oh, there's a goal here. It's gone out. Right.
Yeah, it's gone for wide. Actually, and I see 4 Masters making a change here. They're bringing on number 17, Oran McMullen. I can only assume that it's someone picked up a knock or something like that.
Yeah, looks. There's a change. Just wait to see who's
Oran McMullen. I think he's Joyce McMullen's young fella.
He's currently. I think it's a corner back that has come off, is it?
I haven't seen
Ethan
this.
McRae. But we will come back to that very shortly. Now here comes 4 Masters once again. The running power from Conor Flannery goes back inside to McCahill. He kicks this one high. It's going to go out to the left and wide. An opportunity going to beg in there from Conor McCahill. And young.
Yeah,
Conor
it's Ethan McRae. Sorry, I see him down there. He must have picked up an injury, so he must have. He's a brother of Callum McClay, played centre back, wing back for the senior team too.
Yeah. So the big story here as we approach the 25th minute is those 4 goals from 4 Masters. gCeithre have a lot to do, and both 4 Masters players collided. Paddy Tenney doesn't care, but anyway, here comes that man once again, Pádraig Devine. Devine have possession, back to Tenney once again. Thought about the shot from there, looks out to the left hand side, there's a run, and gCeithre have it. Through that man once again. It's Paul Mullen. Mullen locks up. There's a crossfield ball on. There is, and he just goes for that. And gCeithre need to be a bit more adventurous. Here comes Noah Cashburn. Is he going to drop one in to the square? No, he's happy to hold up possession. And out to the left hand side it goes on this occasion to Paul Mullen once again, trying to get past to see if blue and white jersey kicks that one. It's just been blocked down, but it's fallen short here for a gCeithre man. Looks like it's Jonah Cannon still has possession, swinging the right foot at that. It's out to the right and wide. It was
Paul Mullen.
Yeah, Paul Mullen, and just can't really penetrate that defence currently. And for the life of me, I don't know why they didn't maybe drop on a couple of long balls at this occasion, Brendan, because they have the likes of Pádraig Devine in there and Big Shane also.
Yeah, and Paddy Ward playing in at the edge of the square too. But I think Paddy, they're saying that he may have been carrying an injury over the last number of weeks, and maybe that's not why he's playing out in the middle of the field, that he's kind of in there because there is a slight injury or a knock to him. I see Ethan McRae has come back in, so that was obviously just a blood sub, so it was. But again, you have to give credit to the 4 Masters defence there. They were getting pressure on the man in possession, forcing him to make a decision that he didn't want to make on the ball. Aidan Quinn, and they're receiving a bit of attention. He's had a very good first half for them, so he's coming off now to get a bit of attention. He had a bit of a crash here in the middle of the field with the number 17 who was in as a blood sub, Oran McMullen.
Yeah, Lewis McCuhan goes out. It'll be interesting to see. Normally goes out the middle. gCeithre has got a lot of change out of those 4 Master kickouts in the past, and they've just been in for the breaking ball once again. Now, how they would need to get a goal before half time, maybe 2 even at that occasion, to keep themselves within this particular final. Long ball and over the top now from that man Jonah Cannon. Now 1-2 collects possession once again from Enright. Enright, and Cannon has to work really, really hard there on that occasion. Got the ball back inside now from the on-running Cashburn. Out to the left it goes through Matthew McGinley. McGinley looks up this time, launches the long ball inside looking for Sheer Tenney. Tenney has got it, kicks this one high. Is that another score? No, it hits the top of the post. It's come down, but that man Paddy Ward is there, has possession, swinging the left boot at it. It looks like it's going over the bar. It is going over the bar. good score and an important score from a Gleann point of view, Brendan.
Hugely important, yeah. Again, Shane Tinney put the shot up under pressure, came back off the upright. Paddy Ward was the most alert to the danger and got it and did really well. Swung round on his left foot, put it high and over the bar for, as you mentioned, Pádraig, a much needed score for the Gleann men, because you know they've been hit for them 3 goals in the space of a few minutes, 4 goals in all in the first half, and under a bit of pressure, despite the fact that they're winning an awful lot of ball around the middle third. But it's that threat that Four Masters have up front.
Yeah, they've won it again now. Gleann have it through Paul Mullen, I should say. Long ball on over the top now. Enright out in front. He's kicked the point already. Oh, nice little dummy there from Enright. He's done really, really well. It's a good score from Enright. That's a great score by Enright. And just keep chipping away, Brendan. If you're a manager and you're looking at that particular scoreline at the minute, the message is just keep chipping away. And look, Gleann, I suppose those particular goals, they'll be disappointed at half time with those particular goals.
Oh, they will kind of be very disappointed with the concession of them, you know, and I suppose there was a perceived maybe, you know, weakness in their full back line. But when you're coming up against forwards of calibre of Thomas Lenihan and Conor McCahill as 2 of their inside 3 who are hugely dangerous footballers, and they're going to punish if you give them that any bit of space at all, and that's how it transpired, Pádraig. You know, they got a couple of chances and just absolutely wrecked them. Yeah,
and a long ball over the top, looking from a Gleann point of view, just didn't work out in that occasion, but they've got the ball back, and Conor McCahill's looking at the referee, and it seems to be an infringement once again.
But Gleann had 3, didn't have 3 back either, so they didn't. So it's a double infringement. So I don't know who you, in a situation like that, it's just a hot ball or.
Anthony McCallick, the Lee Volton referee, is going to have a chat with his sideline referee and just indicating. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a free in for Gleann?
Going to be a free in, yeah. To see Shane Tinney, and they really could do with a 2-pointer here now, so they could, you know, but he's taking it in, probably just going to take the 1-pointer, and maybe he's right, just keep taking the scores, keep the scoreboard taking over and see where it takes them.
2 minutes left on the clock, and as we look down we see Michael Murphy out having a chat with Noah Cashburn. Here comes Shane Tinney, and I suppose he's been kicking 2-pointers. Brendan, you've indicated maybe take it out, have a go outside the arc and try and go for the 2-pointers, but taking that 1 point against Swilly just keeps the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, well, that's 3 points in a row. Paddy Ward, Matthew Enright and Shane Tinney now have, you know, kind of brought back it by 3 points, but you know, you're still looking at 15 points to 6, so they're 9 points behind in the rear, so they are, and a lot of work to do, but all they can do is stay in the game. The important thing is that they don't panic and they keep taking their scores if they can avail of a couple of 2 points efforts, and obviously Shane Tinney is the man that's more than capable of kicking them, so need to create a few of them opportunities, but good response from Gleann.
Yeah, Four Masters have possession deep in their own half currently as one of those goal scorers. Turla Carr has it, looks up and has got Shane Tinney for company. Long ball over the top from Carr, now looking for McCahill once again. He's out in front, and everything Conor McCahill touches today seems to work out. Gives the pass to Patrick McGonigal. McGonigal just has to go back inside. Gleann back working really hard, and Turla Carr once again has possession, and good work by Gleann. They're pushing them back out, and that midfielder Thomas Carr has been robbed, and his brother has just made up for him. Turla Carr, he's got the ball back. Thomas Carr had it, a slip on the ground. Anthony McCahill, the Waves play on. Enright's back there helping out. Number 14 for Gleann got possession back. He's not done and dusted with this one yet, and there's been an infringement on Enright. Long ball in over the top. How a goal, be a big score now for Gleann. Even a point. This will be a good score if it goes over the bar. That's
Killian
a great
Bonner,
score.
Yeah.
Killian Bonner. Good response for Gleann. As you've indicated, they've scored 4 points on the bounce, Brendan.
Yeah, brilliant response, and we always knew that they were going to be gutsy and they were going to give it everything, so they were an absolutely brilliant response from the 28th minute to kick 4 unanswered points in response to that goal fest that we had down the other end of the field from the Four Masters guys. But on limited possession, you'd have to say, Pádraig, that Four Masters have looked absolutely lethal up front. Conor McCahill, while he hasn't contributed to the scoreboard directly himself, he's been hugely effective as a ball winner, an outlet here between the 45 and the 65, and as soon as as he gets it, the rest of the forward division seem to come to life. The likes of Thomas Lennon, the likes of, you know, the full forward, Gethin Mosby, these type of guys. Alan McHugh's been very industrious in the first half, getting in a couple of blocks, working really hard up and down the field, and also involved in one of Thomas Lennon's goal up the other end of the field. So four Masters will be really happy going in, you know, score. They've only got 7 scores as have Gleann but 4 of them happen to be goals, and that's the difference between the team. 4 goals and 3 points to 7 points. So, you know, there's a lot of quality in this four Masters team, and the way they availed of them goals, Francis, has been absolutely fabulous. So it has Porrick.
Yeah, the goals, as I say, won games is the old saying, but to get 4 of them and 3 of those on the bounce as well, just the movement inside, as we said, from four Masters. The actual creation of opportunities seem to go down the far right hand flank here and then switch the play, Brendan, which is young players doing really experienced players do, suck out defences, because they've seen when they're down the channels it didn't really work out for them, so they just looked for the runs from Lenihan inside. And
yeah, they've come from fairly direct football to Porrick, whereby they can really hurt them where it is one-on-one inside, and it shows that when they are one-on-one with their Gleann defenders, they're able to beat them, they're able to take them on, and they're brave enough and confident enough to take their man on and go for goal, and that's what we've seen particularly on the 3 occasions with Thomas Lennon, and again then with young Thurlock Carr, you know, brilliantly just slotting it into the corner of the net. So that's the quality that they have, and as I say, when they're getting it one-on-one inside, when they play it quick, unlimited possession, they've really hurt Gleann. But you have to give great credit to Gleann for the, you know, to be able to come back from that hammer blow, conceding 4 goals, to come back and reply with 4 very good unanswered points to get them somewhat back into the game. But it's still a big task ahead for them in the second half, Porrick.
Huge task for Gleann in this minor final here in Donegal. It's currently half time. 4 goals and 3 points for Masters. It's 7 points for Gleann. We'll be back very shortly indeed after these.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.
Who've had the ball for the first opening minute. Here comes the first shot from Big Shane Tenney. He's right a number of times looking for possession as Thomas Lenihan. He still has it just outside the edge of the 21-yard line, or 13-yard line. That'll be a great score. Boner away in the far right hand flank. I've seen a lot of the ball in the first opening 6 minutes or so, taking on Ethan McRae. Hand pass the ball inside. There's an opportunity here for goal shot. Oh, hit that crossbar. Minor final live on Stream Sport. Here comes Tenney with the left boot. It's been accurate so far, and you can continue that.
Catch from Conor McCahill.
McCahill starting to really come into this game. Crossfield ball now to that man. It's the number 12, Alan McHugh. Now hand pass the ball inside for Leanne. He's kicked the point already. Lovely passes play. Opportunity of a goal here. Oh, what a goal! As Leon, a lot of possession, has won himself a free long ball in over the top. That's good. Here comes Enright. Going to swing that right foot. It's hanging in the air. It's a good score by Enright. Even Quinn, long ball over the top now for Lenihan. Has possession now in a battle between himself and Jamie McFadden. Still has it. Here comes Lennon. He's scored a goal already. He's got a lot of ground up. Shot by, oh, what a goal!
And he did the rest, just took his man on, skint him, and again buried it in the back of the net. But his intent as soon as he gets the ball is fantastic.
They have an opportunity here again, and it's over the bar. Callum Maskery has possession. Long ball over the top once again to Mosley. Has it. Looks at the post, kicks this one high. It's hanging over the bar.
3 minutes, so it has, you know, a goal and 2 points. Thomas Lenihan goal, Keane Gavigan point, Gethin Mosby point, and that sort of puts a big mark. Oh, there's a poor kick out.
Yeah,
Thurlock Carr, if he gives it to him, he's right in.
Thurlock Carr, there should be another opportunity for a goal here. It's in the back of the net.
Just to place it into the bottom corner of the net. So that's 4 minutes. That's to go 2 goals and 2 points there after scoring. And there's another opportunity here now.
What a ball by Conor McCahill. Now it's Lenihan once again has possession. Shot. Oh, another goal. It had That's the top of the post. It's come down, but that man, Paddy Ward, is there, has possession, swinging the left boot at it. It looks like it's going over the bar. It is going over the bar. Good. Say long ball on over the top now. Enright out in front. He's kicked the point already. Oh, nice little dummy there from Enright. He's done really, really well. This will be a good score from Enright. That's a great score by Enright. Long ball on over the top. How a goal, be a big score now for Ghleann. Even a point. This will be a good score if it goes over the bar. That's a great
Bonner,
score.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks very much. You're very welcome back to O'Donnell Park here in Letterkenny for this minor football final. And well, at half-time, the big talking points was, of course, those 4 goals from a Four Masters point of view. 4 goals really taken exponentially, it has to be said. 3 of them coming from the boot of Thomas Lenihan, I should say. And well, looking at it, Brendan, it's a big task for Gleann in the second half here.
Huge assignment for them in the second half to come back from that, and the problem with that is that that threat is still up front for Four Masters all the time if they are leaving gaps, which they will have to do if they're chasing the game. So it'll be interesting to see how it'll pan out in the second half, Porrick.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, it's Gleann who have possession first of all through that man Shane Tinnion. They'll have to see a lot more of Shane in the second half, and Gleann are up for it. Route 1 football, long ball and over the top once again now for that man Porrick Devine. Thought about swinging the right boot, but Gleann have possession deep in the Four Masters half here currently. It's 4 goals and 3 points to 7 points. How a goal from a Gleann point of view will lift the crowd spirits around here, because Brendan, of course, when goals go in, you can feel it within the stadium here.
Well, you can, of course, yeah, and there's huge Gleann support here in the stand, and they make plenty of noise, so they will if they do raise a green flag or even start knocking out the points off the board kind of thing. You know, it's 15-7 at the minute, so important that they get for Gleann
ball and over the top. Route 1 looking for Ward. The ball filters back now inside. Opportunity here of the first score, and that's good from Gleann, and the ball I thought was going over the bar. Just, I don't know what happened there, Brendan. It was just moving over to write it down. The shot from Jonah Cannon just fell short to Lewis McCaughon.
Yeah, I thought it was actually over the bar too, so it was from Jonah Cannon, but just didn't get enough contact on it, dropped short, and Lewis McCaughon was able to retrieve it and cover it. But again, Gleann in possession here, but they have to take advantage of them scoring opportunities.
Yeah, there was a mismatch as well, and was a big Tinney was inside, and so was Paddy Ward. They went route 1 after that, but maybe they have to do that a little bit more. Just go back to the old traditional. This is good from Gleann and really good from Mullen. There's going to be an opportunity here. Here comes a shot from Ward. It's going to be a free in, and I think it was it Mark Collum who had that possession.
I think you're right, Porrick. Yeah, it was, and they made great progress in, possibly overran it, or possibly overcarried the ball, but the referee judged that he was fouled, and it's a simple free in front of the goal. I think it's Matthew Enright that has the ball that's going to knock this over the bar for another score for them to bring it back to 4-3 to 8 points.
Yeah, with just over 2 minutes gone on the clock. A kick comes in from the free from Matthew Enright, and as Brendan Kilcoyne indicated, he was going to pop this one over the bar, and he just does that. 8 points for Gleann 4 goals and 3 points. That's better from Gleann in the first opening half of the second half, I should say, with 2 minutes on the clock. The kick out comes from McGaughn. Once again, Gleann get their hands on it, but it's broken down this time to Turlough Carr. But it looks like, has Gleann turned that one over? No, well, it's going out to the right. There's going to be a free there, and well, Turlough Carr is on the deck there currently, and Anthony McKellig, the referee, still has his hand up, and it's really interesting to see what's he going to do here.
Yeah, let's just say that Turlough Carr was eventually manhandled to the ground there, Porrick, eventually, and there was a swarm of Gleann players around him, and he definitely was fouled, and it's a free in.
Yeah, it's a free in, and long ball over the top. Out in front was G'Ceithre Mosby, and now Four Masters have possession. Good bit of tackling from a Gleann point of view. The ball just didn't materialise for the corner back was Dara Cullen, but anyway, here comes Turlough Carr. No real side effects of that little bit of manhandling. He kicks this one with a left foot, and it goes out to the right and wide, and first wide of the second half for Four Masters, and a change in the Four Masters side. In comes number 19, which is Conor Griffin. Out comes Conor Flannery.
Yeah, maybe feel that they need a bit more physicality around the middle of the field.
Yeah.
The number 19 looks like a big lad, as you say, Conor Griffin. So, because there's no doubt about it, Gleann are winning a lot of them physical battles around that middle third area, Porrick.
Yeah, absolutely they are, and dominating possession in that area. But anyway, here comes that man once again. It's Conor Griffin, who's just come onto the field to play. Now an opportunity for Four Masters, and that man once again, Lenihan has possession, and the Gleann supporters will be happy to see him back out around the 40, I think, Brendan.
Yeah, they'll be happy enough to see him playing out there, so well, you know, because when he gets it 1-on-1 inside, he just looks lethal. He looks like he wants to score a goal every time. But that's a really good ball to the cornerback, Jack McGroarty, the famous Donegal Four Masters name, driving up the field.
Oh, and he's got a space in front of him. He's just composed himself and kicked that one high and over the bar. Good score by your cornerback, Brendan.
Yeah, brilliant score from cornerback, coming up, drove up the field, loads of space in front of him because all the defenders were over the other side of the field marking various Four Masters players, and the thing opened up in front of him. Top of the D, did brilliantly to slice it over the bar.
Ball has gone up to the middle once again, but it's just fallen to the right half back, Patrick McGonigal, from Four Masters. And that man, Aidan Quinn, and well, we've seen what he could do in the first opening half. Strong young fella is Quinn. Now, a miss kick there by the Four Masters player. Now opportunity for Gleann. There's a man on the overlap inside, kicks the ball inside. Enright has possession now, has got one thing to do, is beat Quinn, but he's just given the ball away at a crucial time, and had a goal written on it, Brent.
Yeah, it had. You know, Matthew Enright was inside, but just took the wrong option. Didn't see the Four Masters defender, the left half back. I think it was Patrick McGonigal, who was very well positioned, claimed the ball, and Four Masters now have possession to try and work something up the field. I thought it was on for a quick counter for them, and that is the danger. But to be fair to Gleann, they reorganised very quickly and putting pressure up the top half of the field.
Yeah, now it's Griffin has possession for Masters. Now goes back inside to Cian Gavigan. He scored a point already. Now Gavigan, Jack McGroarty got up for a score the last time. Can Gavigan get up from the half back line? He's got up acres of space, but here comes a run from deep from Thomas Carr. He's just outside the D, kicks this one with the right boot. It looks like it's going out to the left and wide, and it is indeed another wide from a Four Masters point of view. And well, the pace from deep, Brennan, Four Masters have started that with Jack McGroarty in the first opening 2 minutes or so kicking a score. The run from Cian Gavigan there as well. So Four Masters are just not leaving it all up to the boys inside.
No, they're not, and the reason for that is that Gleann are gone very man-to-man, so they are, and if you beat the first tackle in a situation like that, the whole thing opens up in front of you, and that's a couple of occasions we've seen that from Four Masters getting up the field. Now
it's Gleann way down to the far right-hand side of the stand here. They have an opportunity with the unrunning of Jonah Cannon to carry possession deep into the Four Masters half. He's done really, really well. He's been heavily tackled there, and Anthony McCallig hasn't indicated a free or anything, but as you can hear, the Gleann supporters around us aren't too happy about that. But Turlough Carr has it now deep in his own half. He has got some company with Matthew McGinley there beside him, but he kicked the ball and it just may have worked out for Griffin, but good work by Shane Tenney, and Gleann need to get Big Tenney back into this game. And well, they have it now, crossing the halfway line. Long ball and over the top now for an opportunity from Matthew Enright. Enright, who's been really, really good from a Gleann point of view, kicks a high ball and up comes Paddy Ward, and the ball just slipped. And he tried to get into his hands, but nobody really in and around that particular, when you're putting up a high ball and you need someone there to support him, really, Brendan.
You do indeed, Jan. There wasn't anyone there, and you have to give good credit to the Four Masters defence, that they've been really adept, so they have dealing with any of them high balls in. They've just got men around and they've created a numerical advantage, and that occasion I think it was their cornerback, maybe Jack McGroarty, that did really well to clean up the loose play and come out again. But again, Gleann winning that turning over the ball, but they're just not been clinical enough up the other side of the field.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of possession in the first 8 or 9 minutes here of this particular encounter into the second half. But here comes Gleann once again through Paul Mullen. Mullen goes back inside to Pádraig Devine. Devine thought about the shot. He has a runner to the right hand side. He sees that runner. It's the right half back. An opportunity here for him, kicking with the left foot. It's hanging in the air. It's going out to the left hand side. Matthew McGinley, that's better from Gleann, but the ball filtered out to the left and wide.
Yeah, again, creating the opportunity, doing really well to create the opportunity, but not taking advantage of that. And again, another wasted opportunity. Again, Conor McCahill out in front of his man here again to win the ball.
What a kick out by Lewis McGohan there. And a kick out, and seen the run from Conor McCahill, but now it's Four Masters who has possession, and Anthony McCallig has indicated there's going to be a free. Yeah, but Thomas Carr continued with his run. He one thing on his mind.
Lewis McGahan was going to come up the field to take it, but he's been sent back. Thomas Carr was to have a go.
Tell him to get back.
Yeah,
why not? That's confidence for you, Brendan.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and these four Masters players play with confidence. They all look very comfortable on the ball, so they do. And you know, Thomas Carr, who we considered one of their leading players, hasn't been really to the fore that much today. I don't think he's got on the scoreboard, but we know the quality he possesses.
Here comes Carr. He's just outside the arc, swinging the right boot at this one. He's kicked this one high, and it's got out to the left and wide. And a wide from Thomas Carr. Maybe he should have given it out to Lewis McGahan there to have a dig at.
I'm sure they'll discuss it later on this evening when they're going through it.
Well, they definitely will, but has there been a change? They're trying to get a change on the gCeithre team here, looking like young Zach Gallagher looks like he's going to come in. He is indeed. And out goes Jack Duddy. Just 9 minutes gone into this second half here in O'Donnell Park in this minor final. The kick out comes from Conor McGrenra, and it's just fallen to the ground currently. Looks like it's a Four Masters player who's got it, and it's Callum Maskery who's done well there. And the referee Anthony McCallig has called to play forward for well, it looks like how far forward is he going to bring it? Yeah, he's going to bring it right into the 13, is he? Or 21, sorry.
Yeah, I think there was just a bit of a hold-up maybe after that kind of thing, so he's just penalising that, and Conor McCall has ball in hand now, and you expect Conor to knock this ball over the bar, and I suppose that's all Four Masters really need to do in the second half, is just keep tagging on the scores, answer what GlenSuili are doing at the other end of the field. And you'd have to say again, like the first half, GlenSuili have had the majority of possession but haven't been taking full advantage of it, and amazingly that's Conor McCall's first score of the game, despite the fact that, you know, he would be considered one of their scorers in chief, but he's been involved in so much of the good Four Masters play. So
yeah, absolutely, Brendan. The balls, the vision, you know, creating like the kick out from Lewis McGahan straight out to him, you know, to demand the ball from that kick out, you know, just from where he was, just shows the players that he is. And here comes that man McCall once again, has possession way out in the far left hand side, looks for the run and spots a little bit of space for Conor Griffin to get on to play, but a heavy hit there on Griffin. And GlenSuili are getting a little bit sloppy with this, Brendan. Yeah,
a couple of discipline issues. There was a late arm left on Conor McCall as he got rid of that ball then, and as he played the ball out, I think it was to the number 12, who's Alan McHugh, who's having a huge fine game. So he is actually for Four Masters. He took a hit too, so yellow card brandished there to one of the GlenSuili players, and an opportunity now from outside the arc for a 2-pointer, or is it just on the arc?
Just on the arc, yeah.
For Lewis McGahan. Referee is going to make him take it. Oh, he's going inside the arc for a 1-pointer. I thought the foul occurred outside.
Don't know the politics there now, but yeah, it's going to be a 1-point opportunity. We thought it would be 2, but Conor McCall looks like he's going to get a little bit of treatment here, and as Lewis McGahan just gets more time to compose himself. Can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. We'll soon find out. Here comes Lewis McGahan. He'll have the distance. Will he have the height and the accuracy? He definitely does.
Lovely strike, lovely strike from Lewis. Brilliant striker of the ball. Played in goals for a senior team in a county semi-final against eventual champions Naomh Connell here a number of weeks ago. We saw him play really well and just made that look a simple strike over the bar. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't a 2-pointer, but a 1-pointer is enough for Four Masters on this occasion, to, as we say, to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, GlenSuili look like they're going to make another change as well. In comes Keelan Scott, and is Anthony McCallig going to allow the switch to come on? He is, yep. And just seeing who's coming out from a GlenSuili point of view there. GlenSuili, it's this stage of the game, they need to get a goal, Brendan. Well, there's 13 minutes gone into the second half. Look, as you've indicated, Four Masters really just have to keep ticking on, and unfortunately the kick-out didn't go to plan on this occasion from the GlenSuili point of view. Here comes Four Masters. They have possession through Ethan McRae. Back it goes, but GlenSuili have done really well getting the ball back, and well, just hand passing it out on this occasion. Now they need to be careful in possession, and a bit of a hospital passage, and showed a serious bit of guts was Ethan McRae there.
Yeah, you would expect that from him. McRae, his brother Callum, absolutely top-notch player, so he's played with the seniors all year, and younger brother coming through looks have huge quality about him.
Yeah, here comes Four Masters once again. Opportunity for them. The run comes from McCall, has possession now, kicks this one with the right boot. Great score. Great score by Conor McCall.
Absolutely fantastic score from Conor because he was under huge pressure. He had to burst his way through 3 or 4 different attempts by the GlenSuili defenders to thwart him, and did really well to get through, put his head down and put it over the bar to open up a 4-7 to 8 point lead.
Yeah, big score. And fine footballers. Conor McCall, the kick out once again, it has gone the GlenSuili way on this particular occasion. Needs to be very careful with possession. Does Porrick Devine. GlenSuili just lost it at a crucial time. Here comes Turlough Carr just outside the arc, just crossing the D, trying to get on that left boot. He should kick this over the bar. He does kick that over the bar, and of course is another score for Turlough Carr. He scored the goal, of course, in the first half, and a great score by him, just opening out the legs, and did the smart thing there, just tapped it over the bar.
Yeah, but he's a lot to thank his buddy at full back for again. Aidan Quinn, a brilliant tackle by Aidan in the middle of the park, turned the ball over, and Turlough then had the whole field open up against him in front of him, because GlenSuili had men committed to an attack, having been in possession of the ball, and it just sauntered through the middle of the defence and nonchalantly knocked it over the bar for an easy score for someone like Turlough.
Now it's GlenSuili who have possession deep in their own half, just dispossessed there was Keelan Scott. Had to be really careful in that occasion. Yeah, the referee has called possession back, and some of the supporters around us not too happy about that. And well, now it is of course Paddy Ward. They've taken Paddy out of the full forward line, and it looked like leaving Matthew Enright in. Now big Shane Tinney has possession. Back it goes now to Ward once again. Back to Ward, 1-2 with himself there, and Jonah Cannon still have it. Now Shane Tinney has seen possession now once again, and well, GlenSuili, they do need, it's well documented, they need to get a goal. And well, with 15 minutes gone into the second half, almost 16, they've almost lost possession. They've got it back, high ball going in, and the ball comes in, but out comes Lewis McCuhan. And done really well there from a Four Masters point of view. They still have it positioned deep in their own half. And this man's been everywhere, Turlough Carr, has to be said, Brendan, because he's been the real engine there today so far from a Four Masters point of view.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of ball context that he gets during a game. So it is, the amount of possessions that he gets is phenomenal. We saw him do it throughout the senior championship. I know too now that he's playing with DCU. He was involved with DCU freshers during the week. Himself and Callum McRae, and I think Kevin Muldoon, 3 Four Masters guys playing with DCU freshers. So, we know the quality that they have, and here they come. Here comes that Lenihan guy again, and he just puts it over the bar.
Makes it look so easy as well, just dancing through the tackles and just popping it over the bar with the left. But 3 goals and a point for Conor Lenihan.
3 goals and 2 points. I think he got the opening score too, Porrick, of the game. So if I'm right in saying so, I think it's 3-2 that he's added on today, and them 3 goals will live long in the memory. Porrick, what finishes they were, and what bravery to go for them in the first place.
4 goals and 9 points for Four Masters, 8 points for GlenSuili. And well, there's 17 minutes gone in the second half. Long way back for the men from the Glen, and well, the ball has just been overcooked on that occasion. And Four Masters have been razor sharp today. They've been cutting out any real sniff of a chance that GlenSuili has, and that man who's on the ball once again is Turlough Carr. He's been absolutely everywhere today. Now long ball over the top inside for his buddy Conor McCall. Now it's that man Mosman. He's found himself in a little bit of space, shot, and a goal. And what a goal it is too.
Oh, brilliant finish from Gethin Mosby there. So it was absolutely fantastic. But again, from that link-up play, Turlough Carr picking the ball up deep in his own defence and having that outlet of Conor McCall, who quickly shifted the ball inside to Thomas Carr. He moved it on to Mosby, and he did the dutiful then by absolutely brilliant finish again, brilliant goal into the back of the net. And you'd have to say that there's no way back for GlenSuili at this stage, but absolutely fantastic football from Four Masters, a joy to watch.
Yeah, I suppose when you look at it, Brendan, really dominating this competition down through the years. Their 4th title in a row at this particular grade. You could say, okay, there was that change in the age, but look, really and truly to come away at any grade with 4 titles in Donegal, it's really, really difficult to do.
Absolutely, yeah, and it just shows you it's reflective of the work that has gone on around 4 Masters over the last number of years. And listen, they've assembled a really quality group of young footballers coming through, and they're going to be a feature, so they are in Donegal football for a long time to come. You have the 3 Carrick brothers, of course, Senan is an age for this today. You have the McRae brothers, you have Thomas Lenihan, Conor McCahill. You have so much quality in all areas of the field to come through, so you have, and the likes of David Monan making his way into the senior team this year too, and Conor Reid, and there's so much quality, so there is coming through that 4 Masters underage development line, so there is, and they're going to be a huge feature in Donegal football. But some of the stuff that they've played today has been absolutely fantastic. Simple football, just 60 yard kick, having an outlet man at between the 45 and the 65 of the calibre of Conor McCall, capable of winning his own ball first time, laying it off, and then when you have players like Thomas Lenihan, Mosby inside, taking full advantage of them opportunities that are coming their way, you have to say it's a joy to watch, Porrick.
Yeah, everybody else will be very worried. They're coming like a steam train, but they've been full value for this lead so far. 5-9, as Brendan's indicated, a long way back for Gleann, and well, the game is as good as done with 10 minutes to go. Goals in finals, they're massive scores.
They are massive scores, and you look at that, to be fair to Gleann, they put in a huge effort from the 28th minute. They kicked 4 unanswered points to kind of give them an opportunity, send them with their heads up going in at half time. They got the score after half time from Matthew Enright, the free from Matthew Enright, but since then it's been all 4 Masters, and they've scored 1-6 I think since Gleann have last scored, to really put the game beyond the doubt as such. So, and it shows you when they up the gears, when they up the ante, they're well able for it, and that's coming from all over the field, from their full back line, who's been hugely impressive. Ethan McRae and Quinn, Jack McGroarty, absolutely phenomenal game in there, snuffing out a lot of the threat that Gleann posed, and then getting up the field. We know they've the quality up the top end of the field to get the scores for them.
Yeah, they have possession deep in their own half here currently, through the hands of goes to Alan McHugh and co. And a big Gleann hand. It's going to be a free for 4 Masters back here, is it, or what's the referee going to do? Anthony McCallie.
A couple of subs been made to. Number 19 for Gleann is coming in. Luke Patton is coming in for number 15, Killian Bonner.
But looking from a Gleann point of view, there's almost half of that particular squad going to be underage next year again. So
yeah, it is a very young team, and they'll take a lot from this. So they will, they'll take a lot of learnings from it. They had a huge win, so they had last weekend against Gweedore in the semi-final.
Yeah. Killian Bonner coming off. He was lively in the first opening half, Brendan, as well. Killian Bonner's kicked a point from a Gleann point of view, and really, tore into that 4 Masters defence in the first opening 15-20 minutes of the first half. And suppose when you look at that, like, minor football is for developing players as such, and suppose 4 Masters having that experience down through the years, year after year, it does really help.
Oh, absolutely. They've been here before. They know the drill with county final day, etc. So it does. But it's the quality of player that they have all over the field ultimately that is the reason that they're winning these titles. And you can't question Gleann application here today. It's been absolutely fantastic. You saw the aggression and the tenacity they brought to the tackle early in the game, but when you've that extra bit of quality, like the likes of Conor McCahill, Thomas Lennon, Turlock Carr, Thomas Carr, they're going to hurt you eventually if you don't take full advantage when you are on top. And the Gleann fight back appears to now have been totally receded. There doesn't seem to be anything left in them, and it's only a matter of playing the game out now for the next 7 or 8 minutes. Porrick.
In comes Oren Mullen and also Finn Gillespie, and that man Gethin Mosley is making way. A goal and a point. I have it down for Gethin, is that right? Maybe you have.
Yeah.
And took his goal really well. Met by a slap in the back from his banisher, Emmett Gallagher, and a good performance for that young man today. So just over 23 minutes on the clock into the second half, and well, you wouldn't want to go any later because it's getting darker here as the clocks went back last night. Here comes Enright, who's been really good from a Gleanswilly point of view today, really brought the charge for Gleanswilly. Now an opportunity here once again for Matthew McGinley. Kicks with the right boot, the ball is hanging in the air. Ward's looking for it, the fist goes up, it's broken down, and Matthew Enright was just about to pull the trigger, but the ball has been lost from a Four Masters point of view. Now they have it once again. Paddy Ward has possession, looks back, sees Devine. Now is he going to try to have a shot? Out it goes now. Conor Tunney, big Shane Tunney's behind him, and it's just going to be a free brought into the 21.
No, for a previous infringement. Yeah, I didn't see that going on there, but again, worked the ball around. Shane Tunney, top of the arc, looking to get a 2-point shot off, but again, the defence of Four Masters has been exceptional today and got in quick enough to block him off. But Shane Tunney, you would expect him to knock this point over, and this is their first score since the second minute of the second half, so that's 22 minutes break.
Yeah, when you're chasing the game, suppose Gleanswilly, if you look, suppose at the last couple of minutes of the first half, Brendan, Gleanswilly, after the fourth goal went in, they instantly responded with 4 points, just didn't do enough, and maybe not getting the goal earlier on in the second half here, to make it a real fight.
Yeah, they needed something big so that it really, straight after the half-time break, they needed something big to make inroads into that scoreline, and it just wasn't coming. And again, I mentioned that's attributable to the brilliant defensive work of combined defensive work of that Four Masters backline.
The kick out comes from McCaughan. Good fetch there by Shane Tunney. Now it's Gleanswilly who has possession once again deep in the Four Masters half. A long ball in.
By Enright, yeah.
It's going to go out to the left and right, and another wide for Gleanswilly. Lewis McCaughan just takes possession out once again, lays the ball on the ground, and it's going to be just over 25 minutes on the clock. Gleanswilly, of course, battling away, trying to get score Enright on that occasion. Maybe just had the distance, just didn't have the accuracy, but Four Masters have broken the ball down. Turlough once again, and suppose, Brennan, looking for a man of the match prediction from you at this particular stage. Turlough has to be in the conversation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Turlough will be in the conversation. The amount of possessions he gets in any game is phenomenal, so he is, but I think you just have to go with the hat-trick hero man inside, because effectively that was game over when he got them scores. This man has been absolutely brilliant too, so he's got a couple of points, but he's involved in everything good that they do, and there's another goal.
Yeah, a goal for the substitution. Oran McMullen, I should say. 6 goals and 9 points to 9 points, and
that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant again from Conor McCall. Now he's down injured there, he looks like he might have strained something, but again, he's been involved in everything good about this Four Masters display. He won't get the headlines probably because of the fact that the scoreboard, the scores have been coming from elsewhere, but every score that they've got, he's been directly or hugely involved in it, so he has, and he's been absolutely phenomenal, so he has. He looks like a senior player playing minor football.
He definitely does, and I seen him earlier on in the championship. I think it was against Termon. I was so impressed with him. Just has that real drive to take on players, to not have any particular fear going into senior football. Granted, people will look at the game today, really didn't, he was marshalled really heavily, but still managed to do what he's done.
Yeah, his contribution has been immense, so it has, in all areas of the field, and he's just been that outlet every time. If you put the ball in his vicinity, that he's going to get something on it, that he's going to get hands on it, secure possession, get your team up the field and create something really quick inside.
Yeah, another change on the Gleanswilly team. It is Noah Cashburn coming out, number 17. Going in is Finn O'Sullivan. Not too many O'Sullivans out in Gleanswilly, but anyway, Finn's in there into corner back, and not the most nicest position to be going in today, as Four Masters have been raiding that Gleanswilly defence, currently copping up 6-9 to 9 points. And here comes Gleanswilly once again, but that's great bit of defending there from, I think it is it Owen O'Neill who's
back. Owen O'Neill, again had a brilliant game at number 6, just steady, making right decisions on the ball, but on that occasion just getting out in front of his man, getting his body in place and winning the ball to thwart any danger that Gleanswilly might pose.
Yeah, as the rain comes down here in O'Donnell Park, it's just with 3 minutes to go in ordinary time, or a little bit less maybe. High ball in, looking for Tinney. The ball breaks down, but it's Cian Gavigan, who kicked a point already as well in this minor final, got possession back, and well, here's a nippy little man, Owen McMullen. He's just came on and scored a goal. The ball has been it's just gone out over the end line there. It's going to be a sideline ball for GleanSuili, going to be taken by I think it's Devine who's over there. Takes it quickly now. GleanSuili, are they going to go route one on this occasion? Yeah, here comes Enright. He's been immense from a GleanSuili point of view today. Has to go back out once again. Four Masters showing their tenacity, pushing GleanSuili back out with possession, and well, don't want to concede any goal whatsoever. But here comes GleanSuili once again. That man Devine in possession, looks for the run now. Opportunity here for GleanSuili to kick this one high. It's hanging in the air. It's hanging out to the left hand side, and an opportunity gone to beg, and that was Mark Collum, I do believe, he kicked that one.
Yeah, and again did really well, created the opportunity, but it's just that's the difference we're seeing in the two teams, the ability for Four Masters to always chalk something up on the board, whereas GleanSuili not leaving again without something. And Lewis McGahan gets his kick out away to Thomas Carr, so he does again. They're in possession.
Yeah, big kick out from Lewis McGahan, and well, Carr gave it out to the left hand side to Patrick McGonigal, with McGonigal taking a solo, and he's got Ward after him, and well, trying to get possession back. And GleanSuili have never stopped trying, it has to be said. But here's a man who's been in fine form today, Conor McCahill, long ball in over the top. Now opportunity for Ghleann, has it, kicks with the Ghleann kicks it, it's just hanging, and well done by young Conor McGonigal. Has got possession.
Yeah, showed good hands there. Awkward ball to take, but again you saw Conor McCahill winning the ball, playing a brilliant ball inside to his inside forward, who did really well to win it, but just didn't get it enough on the shot away.
Yeah, it's big performance today from Four Masters, and just looking at Four Masters, bringing these young players into senior football, they've done this year so far. Nearly should have beat this year's county final winners, and suppose as they have shown throughout the senior campaign, they're absolute dogs when it comes to championship football. But bringing so many players along, there's going to be a lot of headaches around Four Masters in the next while too.
Yeah, but it's not a bad headache to have when you've that quality to work with. And you know, we've seen it over the last number of years, the quality that they have at underage level, and it's a headache that I'd say certainly most clubs in the county would like to have. You know. Absolutely,
and I suppose the development of players now as well is so important from a Donegal point of view as well.
100%, yeah, you know. And we're seeing great work at underage level in a lot of the clubs, you know, and you see GleanSuili, the amount of work that they've done, and they're competing for championships at A level, so you're going to see a lot of that. Again, this attack is after coming from the number 12, Alan McHughes, after having a huge game for them here today. He's involved, his work rate is phenomenal, so it is. And again, it was him that created the turnover that eventually led to a score up the field. I didn't see who got the score in the end.
I think it was Cian Gavigan got the point, I do believe.
Okay.
I think it was young Cian, but anyway, and suppose coming back on your point as well, developing these players now, you've been involved in a lot of inter-county teams, more so at minor level, under 21 level and senior level, Brent, suppose, and you know, when you look at players that are coming from the clubs, you're looking at Donegal clubs now, they're really putting big emphasis into their youth players.
Massive, yeah, and it's absolutely imperative that continues. You take an example, looking at the Tyrone final yesterday, you look at the two star men, Owen McInholm, Rory McCullough playing number 11 and 14 for Loch McGrory, winning their first ever Tyrone championship. Two guys that have won All-Ireland under 20s last year and this year. You know, they're only 19-20, but they're playing at a huge level, and we'll see them playing for Tyrone Ulster Championship next year. And they're the type of players that Donegal need to be brooding and need to be taken through to be able to compete at that level, to be able to add to the senior squad that's there. And you know, I think there are some players, you know, there are obviously some great young players coming through, but that's the level that you need to be getting them at, Porrick. You know?
And that's a point where you have to. Okay, winning titles like this is so important for clubs' development, and we've seen Four Masters down to the last number of years, and you've indicated GleanSuili, but Donegal need those really great air players coming at all stages, and there goes the full-time whistle. Anthony McCahill a victory in convincing fashion, it has to be said, from a Four Masters point of view. They've been epic today, 6-10 to 9 points, and well, they really showed their experience, why they've done 4 in a row, Brendan.
Yeah, absolutely. And we questioned at half-time, can gCeithre come with something here in the second half? What would they be able to bring to it? We thought they would, after seeing them scoring 4 unanswered points just before half-time, to bring it back from 4-3 to 7 points, and then they got a score after half-time. But the reality is here, Pádraig, that Four Masters still outscored them 2-7 to 2 points in the second half, which is massive in any 30 minutes of football. And of course, we go back to that goal fest in the first half between the 13th minute and the 23rd minute. They got 4 goals, 3 from Thomas Lennon, and I think you have to give a man that gets 3 goals and the quality that he got them at, that you have to give a man of the match on a day like today. His finishing was sublime. He took advantage of them, but he was ably assisted all over the field. And if you go through, the team, Lewis McGaughan, faultless in the nets, absolutely brilliant. That full back line of McRae, Aidan Quinn, huge game, Jack McCrourty, Cian Gavigan, Owen O'Neill and Patrick McGonigal, solid as rock at the half back line. Again, in the middle of the field, they struggled somewhat, so they did. You'd have to say that gCeithre, maybe won that area of the field, but it just shows you that you don't have to win that area of the field to win football matches, and they've really turned it on. Thought Alan McHugh had a huge game at 12 at left half forward. Thurlock Carr on the ball all the time, creating, scoring, doing everything that you expect him to do. And then you call him Masquerade number wing half forward, but then that inside forward line, particularly McCahill and Lennon, have absolutely been sublime. They've been absolutely electric in there. They've caused huge problems for that rear guard of gCeithre, and they got the results of it. To score 6 goals and 10 points in a county minor final, A final, is a huge return, and you have to give great credit to the Four Masters team on this success. Again, you can't say that gCeithre didn't battle hard. We saw what they brought to the fight, that they brought such fight and fire to the game early on, and they were well in the game, 3 points to 1-1 after 18-20 minutes, but then that 3-goal salve in the space of 4 minutes really sort of closed the game off. And despite their efforts, when they kept battling right till the end, you have to give great credit, they just came up against a better team today. Four Masters deserving county champions.
Yeah, absolutely. And Four Masters, you look out there as well at gCeithre getting to this final, and as we've indicated, a lot of that squad will be available next year as well for gCeithre.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at the likes of Jonah Cannon, under 15. He's a few more years left at this level, so he has just a lot of quality there, a lot of physicality about them too. Did brilliant to get to the county final, because you have to remember, that Gleann were hot favourites to get to this final along with Four Masters, but they put in a huge display to beat Gleann, and then to come here today and come up against this Four Masters team that just came up short. No fault on them at all, put in a huge effort, a lot of quality all over the field. You can see the quality, and looking at it from a senior point of view, anyone involved with gCeithre seniors will be looking at a few of them players to bring them through at this level, Pádraig.
Yeah, just looking at the captain down below us, that man Turley Carr, and Shane Carr, of course, a renowned footballer for Donegal and for Four Masters for a number of years, but the Carr family name is really embedded in Four Masters. And just to see the development of Thomas Carr and Turley Carr, and also Stennan Carr, who's not out there, he's over age of course, but look, Turley Carr, he's the captain of Four Masters, really driving this particular side forward as well, himself and a number of key individuals. But talk to us about that particular link play that they've been doing here today and throughout the championship so far in the spell.
You can see it like Turlock Carr playing really deep, picking up a lot of ball back in his own defence line. He knows straight away if he looks up, Conor McCahill is going to be making himself available somewhere between the 45 to 65 and the halfway line. He'll just put the ball up there. It doesn't have to be the perfect ball, because he knows that Conor is well able to win it, and they win that ball and they move it in, and that's where they got all their success. For 90% of their success from today, their goals came from quick transition the ball up the field, a kick pass, take out 60-70 yards of the field, and then the quality inside, and Thomas Lennon, who took full advantage of all the opportunities that came his way.
Also, just looking at the club, or the vocational field football up there as well, playing in the McCrory Cup and coming away with victories. We've seen what they did last year, but just from a county point of view as well, within the schools, within the likes of St Eunan's, the likes of there's other schools, Mulroy, those particular schools around that are developing footballers as well. How important is that from a Donegal point of view, Brennan?
Well, it's hugely important, because if you go through it, to see these lads play in McCrory Cup, the one last week, I see the one last week in the McCrory Cup, it gives them more confidence. They're playing against the best players in Ulster. We've seen what teams like from the likes of Derry and Tyrone have done at underage level and on an All-Ireland basis over the last number of years, and it gives these guys, because they're competing at them, they realise that they're good enough to compete against them and better than them, and it gives them that confidence then to push on in their careers. And it's certainly been a huge factor in these four Masters guys. They've gone up to Belfast and won the last 2 Ulster Club Minor Championships, which is a huge achievement when you consider the teams that have won it down through the years, Porrick, and it gives them the confidence to compete at that level, and that's the importance of schools football playing at that level.
Absolutely massive. If we look at the captain here, Turlough Carr, just about to make his speech. Of course, as a captain, Turlough Carr, and history for the Four Masters side, winning their 4th minor title in a row. It's some feat, Brendan Kilcoyne, and they did it in huge fashion today. 6-10 for Four Masters, 9 points for gCeithre, and full value for it.
Full value for it, and some of the stuff they played was absolutely a joy to watch. So it was, Porrick, to see the flow, that football that they play, the speed that they can play at, the way they defend when they have to defend and get up the pitch for as quick as they have to. But it's all interlined with pure quality in a lot of the key positions, and there's no doubt about that they have that, and if the rest to fill out, so they have. So absolutely huge, phenomenal achievement to win 4 minor championships in a row. You have to give great kudos to them, and great kudos to the people of Four Masters Club who have developed them to this stage, and future certainly look bright for Four Masters point of view, Porrick.
Yeah, it's all over here in O'Donnell Park here, live on Stream Sport for you this afternoon. It is the men from the Killamestry who go away with another minor title, 4 in a row. History has been made. 6 goals and 10 points from Four Masters, 9 points from gCeithre. A big thank you to you watching at home, and hopefully you enjoyed today's coverage. Also to Braddis, who's on video duties today, and also to our co-commentator, I should say, Brendan Kilcoyne. But for myself, Porrick Hilferty, for whatever you have left on this bank holiday Monday, have a very good evening. Here in gCeithre, who've had the ball for the first opening minute. Here comes the first shot from Mike Shane Tenney. He's right a number of times looking for possession is Thomas Lehane. He still has it just outside the edge of the 21-yard line, or 13-yard line. That'd be a great score. Boner away in the far right hand flank. I've seen a lot of the ball the first opening 6 minutes or so, taking on Ethan McRae, and pass the ball inside. There's an opportunity here for goal shot. Oh, hit that crossbar. Minor final live on Stream Sport. Here comes Tinney with the left boot. It's been accurate so far, and you can continue that.
Catch from Conor McCahill.
McCahill's starting to really come into this game. Crossfield ball now to that man. It's the number 12, Alan McHugh. Now pass the ball inside for Leanne. He's kicked the point already. Lovely passes to play. Opportunity of a goal here. Oh, what a goal! Has been on a lot of possession. Has won himself a free long ball in over the top. That's good. Here comes Enright. Going to swing that right foot. It's hanging in the air. It's a good score by Enright. Aidan Quinn. Long ball over the top now for Lenihan. Has possession now, and a battle between himself and Jamie McFadden. Still has it. Here comes Lennon. He's scored a goal already. He's got a lot of ground up. Shot by, oh, what a goal!
And he did the rest, just took his man on, skint him, and again buried it in the back of the net. But his intent as soon as he gets the ball is fantastic.
They have an opportunity here again, and it's over the bar. Callum Maskery has possession. Long ball over the top once again to Mosley. Has it. Looks at the post, kicks this one high. It's hanging over the bar.
3 minutes, so it has, a goal and 2 points. Thomas Lenihan goal, Keane Gavigan point, Gethin Mosley point, and that sort of puts a big mark. Oh, there's a poor kick out. Turlough Carr, if he gives it to him, he's right in.
Turlough Carr, there should be another opportunity for a goal here. That's in the back of
just to place it into the bottom corner of the net. So that's 4 minutes. That's a goal, 2 goals and 2 points for after scoring. And there's another opportunity here now.
What a ball by Conor McCahill. Now it's Ghleann once again has possession. Shot. Oh, another goal. That's the top of the post. It's come down, but that man Paddy Ward is there, has possession, swinging the left foot at it. It looks like it's going over the bar. It is going over the bar. Good say, long ball on over the top now. Enright out in front. He's kicked the point already. Oh, nice little dummy there from Enright. He's done really, really well. It's a good score from Enright. That's a great score by Enright. Yes, and there's been an infringement on Enright. Long ball on over the top. How a goal, a big score now for Gleann. Even a point. This will be a good score if it goes over the bar. That's
Killian
a great
Bonner,
score.
to bring it back to 4-3 to 8 points.
Yeah, with just over 2 minutes gone on the clock. A kick comes in from the free.
Gorty, the famous Donegal Four Masters name, driving up the field.
Oh, and he's got a space in front of him. He's just composed himself and kicked that one high.
And the scores answer what TSuili are doing at the other end of the field. And you'd have to say again, like the first half, TSuili have had the majority of possession.
Here comes Lewis McCohan. He'll have the distance, will he have the height and the accuracy? He definitely does.
Lovely strike, lovely strike from Lewis.
Yeah, here comes Four Masters once again. Opportunity for them. The run comes from McCall. Has possession now, kicks this one with the right foot. Great score. Great crucial time. Here comes Turlough Carr just outside the arc, just crossing the D, trying to get on that left foot. He should kick this over the bar. He does kick that over the bar.
4 hour with DCU freshers, so we know the quality that they have, and here they come. Here comes that Lenihan guy again, and he just puts it over the bar.
Again, as Turlough Carr, he's been absolutely everywhere today. Now long ball over the top inside for his buddy Conor McCahill. Now it's that man Mosman. He's found himself in a little bit of space, shot and a goal. Gleann, if you look, suppose at the last couple of minutes of the first half, Brendan, Gleann,
Possession to get in any game is phenomenal, so he is, but I think you just have to go with the hat-trick hero man inside, because effectively that was game over when he got them scores. This man has been absolutely brilliant too, so he's got a couple of points, but he's involved in everything good that they do, and there's another goal. All the work that they've done, and they're competing for championships at A level, so they are. So you're going to see a lot of that. Again, this attack is after coming from the number.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.